Hello, my name is Stacy Wurz, and I'd like to welcome you to my presentation of King Henry VIII and Tutoring for the Future. And we will be looking at an educational space that I created based on Bloom's taxonomy. Now, Bloom's taxonomy is a guide of education which allows students to learn new information according to their own method or style. And people do have various styles of learning. Even though it begins at a low level of behavioral learning, which is teacher-based, it doesn't stop there. Along the road, we will visit 5 areas of increasing user activity and involvement, starting with remembering, then moving to understanding, analyzing and applying, evaluating, and the highest peak, creating. This is also known as collaborative learning centered activity. As you notice by looking at the pyramid, there are a lot of tools, and these tools are Web 2.0 tools that are available to utilize each one of these steps. Now, the first area we're going to look at is remembering. And as you can see, I have put all Henry VIII's wives' names here and photos so that you can get a visual and learn along the way. Now follow me down the road to a historical time in the life of Henry VIII. Let's learn about one king's tumultuous reign that changed England's political and religious beliefs forever. We will learn more about his reign and his colorful love life as we watch this short movie. We begin with memory, a behavioral approach much like a teacher-centered lecture.
Henry VIII was an enormous egoist who pursued policies that led to an enormous amount of turmoil.
Now this movie is about 4.5 minutes, so we're not going to watch the whole thing. But what it does is it summarizes his life in such a way that when we watch it and review it and listen to the facts that are given to us, we're able to learn
but as the second son of King Henry VII.
The second part of our presentation is understanding. Henry VIII has long been a racy historical figure that has many movies and even a television series made about him and the lives of his many wives. There's also a series of books by Philippa Gregory. She's one of my favorite authors, and she has devoted a series about the wives and the children of Henry VIII. And she uses historical accounts as well as her own perspective for a royal fiction genre. Now, Henry VIII is well known for being the father to one of England's most famous queens, Elizabeth I. We now begin to understand, after watching the movie, that Henry VIII had a very colorful career as king. And with understanding, I'll show you a Wordle that I created. I took this Wordle, I took the words and the terms from a Wikipedia article, and you'll start to understand his reign a little bit better as we look at this Wordle. Because when you pull certain terms from text and you paste it into Wordle.net, it creates a visual representation. And it actually organizes the text based on the strength or the repetitiveness of the terms within that block of text. And you'll notice the words Henry, England, Roman Catholic, Church, and King are the largest words. They represent words that were prevalent from the text that I pasted. And we can understand why these words hold prominence, knowing about the king's reign. He is best known for asking for divorce from his first wife, which went against the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church, which was very tight-knit at that time. Now, King Henry VIII separated himself from the Catholic Church, declaring England its own church. So after his reign, it was known as the Church of England. He also created a parliament so that he could passed laws to grant himself divorce from his first wife and marry Anne Boleyn. Our next area is applying and analyzing. And what I've used here is a Twitter search. There are many tools that will search real-time posts of social media. And what this does is show you what people are saying at the moment about the topic that you're interested in. And what I did was I did a Twitter search based on Henry VIII. And I got lots of results based on history, people actually talking about the show and the actors in the show. So there's a varying degree of information that you'll receive. And in order to apply and analyze this information, you can see that these tools really take a look at what the general public is saying. There's lots of sites that you can use, including Social Mention, socialsearcher.com, Currently, and Topsy. Now, when I get to analyzing, Social Mention is a great tool because it takes the tweets or the posts and turns them into a percentage or ratio of people that are actually talking or discussing that topic at that time. The next area of interest that we're going to look at is evaluating. I created a short quiz which will evaluate what you've learned throughout this presentation. Now, when you take this, it's a 5-question quiz, and when you're done, it will immediately give you feedback on how well you did. And if you find yourself taking this quiz and not doing well, I recommend going through the presentation again and just and really listening to the video and even use that tool Social Mention to go and see what you can find, what people are saying about Henry VIII. Now when you click on this link, it will take you out of the presentation. But it's very easy. You just put in your name and it will bring you right to the first question. When you get to the end of the 5 questions, it'll tell you your results. So let's get back into the presentation. Well, let's see here. Of course. Okay, there we go. Figured it out. So the next step is going to be creating. And this is the last step on your journey. And once you're comfortable and secure that you're familiar with the reign of Henry VIII, I would like for you to use a free program called Toondoo. And I'd like you to create a 4-page comic book. Each frame is like 4 frames is like 1 full page of a comic book. So I want you to create 1 full page based on the life of Henry VIII and one of his wives. This is one I created. It's just half a page, but it's just something a little funny. It demonstrates, you know, Henry VIII is there with his many women. And then in the next frame, he's trying to find Anne Boleyn, and he's got his axe in hand, and he wants to chop off her head, I guess is the best way to put it. So, our last slide looks at the references for this presentation. And here they are. Actually, scroll out on that so you can see those. And let's go back to the beginning. Now, I really hope you continue to learn and explore the life and reign of Henry VIII. He is definitely a historical figure with epic proportion.